Q. When did you start to get involved in it? Herc. I started to get involved in it right after my house got burned down. I was going to parties back then, see? A place called the Tunnel and a place called the Puzzle, right on 161st Street, that was the first disco I used to party at. Me, guys like Phase 2, Stay High, Sweet Duke, Lionel 163, all the early graffiti writers, used to come through there. It's where we used to meet up and party at. Then, years later, there was this club, called Disco Fever. Disco Fever used to be right here on 167th. But before Disco Fever there was the Puzzle. That was the first Bronx disco. Q. So back then you still weren't playing? Herc. I was dancing, I was partying. Right around 1970, I'm in high school. Q. That was when b-boying was starting. Herc. Yeah, people were dancing, but they weren't calling it boying. That was just the break, and people would go off. My terms came in after I started to play, I called them b-boys. Guys just used to breakdance. Right then, slang was in, and we shortened words down. Instead of disrespect, you know, you dissed me. That's where that came from. Q. Who was the DJ in the Puzzle? Herc. You never used to see him, they was in a room. But the guys in the Tunnel, I knew them. This guy named John Brown, he used to go to my school, Alfred E. Smith. It's a store now, ain't no club no more. Now it's a shoe store.
You know, the cheat code was James Brown.
Well, that's my man.
Yeah.
That's the father.
Like Sex Machine.
That's the father.
Sex Machine.
The brother, where I get that first repertoire records that I play is from, I heard Sex Machine when it was a place called the Rat Hole over on 3rd Avenue.
Yeah. Was that a nice place to go, man? You call your club the Rat Hole.
Yeah,
shit.
I don't know how many people are in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then from the Tunnel over 161st Street,
right.
He used to go to school with me. Alfred, his name was John Brown, and this is where, you know, just begun.
Jimmy Castor.
Jimmy Castor.
So did you make that? Did you discover that?
I played more. I played on more of it.
Right.
From a lineup from John Brown.
Oh, that's a great record.
And he used to play this one, if you want to get into something, and a few other ones. And I was at the Tunnel.
Right.
On 161st Street.
The original Tunnel.
The original Tunnel.
Right. And this first party, man, you had 20 records.